A mobile addict is someone who opens apps on a smartphone more than 60 times a day. In 2014, there were 176 million mobile addicts worldwide, and this number was growing by 59% per year. Give symbolic, numerical, and graphical representations for the number of mobile addicts in millions over a 5-year period starting in 2014. What type of sequence is it? Let's start with this symbolic representation of our situation. We know in the year 2014 there were a total of 176 million mobile addicts. And now this number will increase 59% per year. So in 2015, we will have the previous 176 million plus an additional 59%, which we could find by taking 176 times 0.59. And that is equal to 176 plus 176 times 0.59 is equal to 279.84. So there's the total number of mobile addicts by the end of 2015. And then in the year 2016, we will increase again by 59%. So we would need to take our previous value of 279.84 and add to it 59% of that previous value, or 279.84 times 59%. And that expression will give us a total of 444.95. And we would repeat this process for the last 2 years. So what we're seeing here is that we have some initial value. Our initial value, a sub 1, was equal to 176 million. And then as we go from year to year, as we go from 2014 to 2015, we can see that that common ratio between both 2014 and 2015, and then also from 2015 to 2016, that common ratio is equal to 1.59. Therefore, the symbolic representation of our situation we can write as the sequence a sub n is equal to 176 times 1.59 to the n minus 1 power for n equals 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our sequence a sub n equals 176 times 1.59 to the n minus 1 power is an example of a geometric sequence. Now let's look at a numerical representation of the situation. Using our newly found sequence, we have a sub n equals 176 times 1.59 raised to the n minus 1 power. We could fill in a table which represents the 5 years beginning with the year 2014. So, as we saw earlier, when n equals 1, that relates to the year 2014, and substituting 1 in for n, a sub n is equal to 176. Then, for the year 2015, n is equal to 2, and we had a total number of 279.84 mobile addicts. N equals 3 corresponds to the year 2016, where we had a total of 444.95 million mobile addicts. Let's let n equal 4 to represent the year 2017. A sub n is equal to 707.46 million mobile addicts. And finally, for the year 2018, we let n be 5, substituting 5 into the sequence gives us an A sub n value of 1,124.87 million mobile attics. Let's now look at a graphical representation of our data. Here we have a blank grid from quadrant 1. The horizontal axis, which is labeled year, those values range from 0 to 5 in increments of 1, and those will be our, quote, n axis, or values of n that we use to substitute into the sequence a sub n. The vertical scale, or vertical axis of our graph, will represent mobile attics, and that would be measured in millions of people. And we have that axis labeled from 0 to 1200 in increments of 200. Let's now plot the points associated with the data values from the previous part. We've plotted the points 1, 176, 2, 279.84, 3, 444.95, 4, 707.46, and our last data point 5, 1124.87. Now let's connect these points with a free flowing curve. Our curve exponentially increases from left to right, becoming more and more and more steep as I travel from n equals 1 to n equals 5.